Question 15. Any question? Question 15? Question 15 I think you got tested before lah.
Yeah, question 15 I did it correct.
Yeah, so question 15 is just a repeat lah. I think it's the exact
This
question.
was the same question from the WA3.
Correct. Okay? Correct. Okay? But of course you need to state your reason. If you don't have your reason, then you get
my
penalized.
reasons behind all of them.
Very good. So you learn from your lesson. Good. Okay, then 14. 14.
14 I didn't understand it.
This is the polygon question. So 14 is find the number of sides of a regular polygon each exterior angle. So exterior angle is 30. So but before you do this question, what's the formula for sum of exterior angles and sum of interior angles first?
Sum of interior angles is
n minus 2 times 180,
180,
right? Good. What's the sum of exterior?
306.
Correct. Okay, so what is the relationship between interior and exterior angle is this? So let's say you have this, you have a polygon. Okay, so let's say this is the interior angle, right? Interior angle means inside now. So the exterior angle is where? The exterior angle is here. Out of the polygon. Okay, then the relationship between interior and exterior is they add up to what?
180.
Correct. So these are the three concepts you need to understand. This 180 and that times 180, they're not related. This interior plus exterior is equal to 180, and this 180, they are the same value, but they are not related. Clear or not? They're not related. You don't say, oh, 180, then they are not related. So these are the three concepts you need to memorize. Okay, good. So if sum of exterior angle is 360, and then they say now one of them is 30. One of the exterior angle is 30. So how many sides are there?
360 divided by 30.
Correct. So therefore, the number of sides is 12. Okay?
Sorry, I'm stupid.
Yep. So never mind. So probably you have forgotten this sum of exterior angle.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And then never mind. So these are the three concepts you need to know. So once you get the 12-sided, then you can find the sum of interior angle already. Okay? Done?
Yeah.
Then over here they say 3 of the interior angle of the n-sided, they are not related. This A is A, B is B. Then can you attempt B now? Or you have attempted?
I'll try B. So how can the polygon have different interior angles?
Wait, this is a polygon, but they never say regular polygon. You know what's the meaning of regular and non-regular? So yes, you are right. So what is a regular polygon versus a non-regular or irregular? So a lot of students think polygon must be regular. Actually, it can be irregular. Let me show you. So pentagon is a regular polygon of 5-sided. Okay, all shapes. So let me just get. Okay, this one. Yeah, can you see? Oh, I can do a search. Okay, never mind. Okay, good. Next. Okay, good. So this is a 5-sided polygon. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is called a pentagon. 5-sided. Okay? And then I hope you realize this is a regular this is called a regular 5-sided polygon. So regular means all sides are equal, all angles are equal. That's called regular. Okay? I'm going to show you a non-regular one. So it's the same 5-sided, but they are not regular. Not regular means like yeah, irregular means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5-sided polygon, but it's irregular. Okay, this is an irregular.
Isn't a 5-sided polygon a pentagon?
不是. Okay, 5-sided can be called a pentagon, but not. I mean, the keyword is regular and irregular. And the key difference is, for irregular, the sides are not equal, and then the angles are not equal. Okay, but the sum of integral angles still, for irregular, the sum of interior angles, right, or the sum of exterior angle, right, is still valid. It's still that formula. It's still that formula. Understand? The formulas for sum of interior, sum of exterior, and the interior plus the exterior is 180. These three concepts, right, they still hold, okay? The sum of exterior 360, sum of interior, this formula, and then interior plus exterior is 180. These three, they still hold. Whether they are regular or irregular, they still hold. But the major difference between regular and irregular 5-sided polygon is the sides and the angles are not the same. So that's why you have such questions. So for this, I think the angles are not the same, then you just categorize it as irregular polygon. Okay? But the formula of, they are talking about interior angle, so it's n minus 2 times 180 is still the sum of it. Okay? So therefore you just add off 110, 145, 153, and I hope you know you have taken 3 angles out, right? So the remaining angles is n minus 3. The remaining angle is 145, 142. Okay, so you just solve this. Does it make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah, so you just have to solve this equation. You need to form this equation first, then you solve this equation. For n. Something like you solve for x. Open the bracket, move the n one side, then solve.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
So the formulas, they still work for both, regular, irregular. But for irregular, it's just their angles not the same, then the sides are not the same. Can you solve this? So your end of year requires a lot more from you, okay? They are not so simple. Huh? If your classmates, they are struggling, yes, they should. They should struggle. If they are not struggling, that means they are probably not in Sec 1, they're probably in Sec 2.
The answer is 142 n minus 1426.
Okay, so what's the n?
142 n.
What are you talking about? What 142 n? You need to find n leh. What's your left hand side? Oh, sorry. It's plus. So your left hand side is this. Your right hand side is this.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. And do you know how I equate these two? This is sum of interior angle, right?
Yeah.
Formula, right?
Yeah.
This is also sum of interior angle, but this is
Yeah,
individual
but because
angle
of
add
the
up.
irregular
Yeah.
angle thingy.
Yeah. That's why you add them all up, right? You can see I add the first, I add the second, I add the third, and I add the remaining. You know why I need to n minus 3 or not in this case?
N minus 3 because there are 3
Correct.
that is irregular.
Correct. So let's say if I have 4 of them here, leh, then you add minus 4
4.
lor,
Yeah.
times the 142. Yeah. Yes.
142 n minus 1 8.
So the value of n.
N equals to 9.
Correct. Okay? If you get the whole number, then most likely you're correct. Okay, good. 12. And then 13. And then, okay, 12 I think is super easy lah. Perfect square. You just need to read the question correctly. Then perfect square means square root lah. Hence, explain whether it's a perfect square or not. No, as 7 is not an even number. No, that's not how you explain. Okay, you look at this, it's 2 to the power 4, 3 to the power 2 times 7, right? So explain whether this is a perfect square. You just say, no, it's not a perfect square because the power of 7 is not even. So in order to be square rooted here,
Must be the power.
the power must be
7
even.
Must be even.
Yes. Or the power for the individual element must be even. Okay, so your explanation is wrong. So let's say it's 2 to the power 4, right? 3 to the power 2, right? Then 7, right? So in order for this to be square rooted, the power of, I call this element now, okay? Or prime factors. The power of individual factors, or prime factors, individual prime factor must be even in order to be square rooted. So what about cube rooted?
Then that means
The power of individual prime factor must be,
individual prime
factors
factors
must be,
odd.
no, odd also cannot, must be
Factor of 3.
correct, factor of 3. Then can be cube rooted. So that's the right way to give your reason. So in this case, no. Okay, you look at that. Okay, it's a perfect cube. You see, perfect cube, and you use what? Square.
Oh.
Perfect cube. So you need a cube root. You can't make this mistake again and again and again. Okay. Read the question. Read the question. Okay, if possible, right? I want you to use a highlighter next time. You know, okay, these days I learned something from the Bukit Merah Secondary School students. They use highlighter to highlight keyword. So questions like this, right? Let's say, do you have highlighter?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you highlighter, right? You know what? That's why their question paper usually are very colorful. So they use highlighter. So let's say for this question, they will highlight this. You use highlighter.
Yeah.
Can you give me I don't like this color. Can you give me a bright color?
I don't have bright color. I only have like this type.
很好. So they will highlight it, perfect cube. So it's cube. Right? It's cube. So perfect cube is cube rooted, right? We just talk about it. How to achieve a perfect cube. So you need the power to be a factor of 3, right? So you short of 2 of them, right? Very good. You short of 1 of them, right? Then over here you short of 2 of them, right? So therefore, this is the K. Okay? So this kind of question, you get tested so many times before, right? So many times. So for questions like this, so you just highlight square. Okay, it's square. Okay. Then for this one, you use the formula. Okay, for distance, speed, time question, right? You need to standardize the unit.
That means km per hour or m.
Either km per hour or meter per second. But the question like to give you sometimes in minutes, sometimes in seconds, sometimes in
They give
hours.
meter per second here.
Yup. And then they give you minutes, right?
And they give 80 km per minute.
Exactly. Exactly. So you need to standardize. So what you want to use?
Km per hour because they are asking for km per hour.
Okay, good. Then you better get. So you write down km per hour here. So that you know that I'm going to work with km per hour. I'm not going to work with any other unit. So I'm going to work with
convert 30
meter per second. Correct.
to km per hour, right?
Exactly. So if the student some of their good students, right, they will highlight the kilo per meter per hour in the question.
So it's like this, right?
Let me see your conversion first.
Is the conversion correct?
Your conversion is not correct. Okay, so 30 meter per second means you write it in this manner. Then after that you need to convert to kilometer per hour, right? So you just convert 30 meter to kilometer first, oh. What's the
30 meter to kilometer is
0.
3000.
不是 How can it be?
No, sorry.
Yeah. So it's divide. It doesn't make sense that 30 meter is 3000 kilometer. That doesn't make sense.
30 divided by.
Yeah, 30 divided by 1000. So you should.
0.03.
Yes, I don't care about the answer so much. I care about the approach. So you just get 30 meter to 0.03 kilometer first. Then 1 second is how many hour is 1 divided by 3600, right? Then now what you need to do is use your calculator. You do this part. Then will give you kilometer per hour. You better follow this format next time.
108.
Okay, so it's 108. So you better follow this format next time.
So it's not times.
哪一个是 times?
Okay.
What I'm trying to tell you is the approach to do conversion is you convert the meter first, then you convert the time, then you just use your calculator to do the rest. Okay? Okay, good. So it's 108. Okay, with 108, how do you do the question? Why are there? 你影屯望蘭國經？我影咗啊！我影咗揾你咯，老姐睇你隻林梅子啊，隻有花姐隻隻啊，誒啦，睇個信息乜嘢？那位年知 ，OK， 我真經灣喺我入灣嚟讀啊。大家拜拜，thank you。 Mm.
When finding time, right?
Mm.
Is it the km divided by the speed?
Yes. So
So what if it's like a
distance
number
divided
that,
by speed. Yeah.
yeah? So what if it's like a number like this?
Mixed number. Yeah, mixed number. Because you want the most exact, right? You see, once again, you want the most exact. I mean, or you want the most exact one. Yes. You want the most exact one.
So just put in fraction mark.
Yes. Unless the question stated otherwise.
Okay.
This question never give you any instruction. Then you just use mixed number. Ừ, 我圈咗位睇咯喎。我發咗啦，你試過啦，等下你唔咩 like 啦，大家，拜拜。
Drive another question.
Yep, yes.
If you have to find speed, right?
Yep.
And the number is not like an hour. Do we have to convert it into an hour first? Like 48 minutes.
What's the unit you want to use?
km per hour.
Yeah. So you want to play with kilometer and you want to play with hour. Any other unit like, so you want to play with kilometer and hour. So you only want to, so whatever they can give you in cm, they can give you in meter square, they can give you in second, you convert everything into hour and kilometer. So
48 minutes, how do you convert that into hour?
I want to ask you, how do you convert this to hour? I want to ask you now. You don't ask me, I ask you. Yes, you divide by 60. Can you times 60?
No.
When you times 60, it doesn't make sense. Oh. So you know whether you have done it correctly or not by asking yourself some simple question. Just now you try to like times 1000. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So what's the formula for average speed?
Average speed is average speed for what?
Average speed lah. Just average speed. Formula for average speed.
Distance divided by time.
Total distance divided by
Total
time.
distance divided by total time.
Yep. So the total distance is 100. Then the total time is 4 over 5 plus 5 over 27. Yep, makes sense. And then after that, yep. So this is correct. Why? Because mixed number. The best. I mean the most accurate. Yes. This is this one you don't know. Trapezium.
Trapezium is two parallel sides, right?
No, we have not talked about how. I mean, there is no formula for trapezium area, but you can somehow just try to sketch it out, and then actually you should sketch it out first. You should sketch it out first. Without sketching it out, you can't.
Wait, no, trapezium. First of all, trapezium is it like this thing?
Okay, so you just sketch it out. AB is 10. Just try to label it, and then CD is 24. C is this. This is D. So just. Okay, this is
like,
trapezium.
Is it something like this? This is trapezium, right?
Correct. This is also a trapezium. But this is also a trapezium. Okay? This one is a regular trapezium. You know what's a regular trapezium? Regular trapezium means this is parallel to this, and this side is equal to this side. But for mine, I can also cut it short. This is also a trapezium.
Trapezium is two sides parallel to each other, right?
Yeah, one pair, yes. Correct. As long as one pair is parallel to each other, then that's it. So you need to sketch it out first. And then you sketch it out, then you label. Yes, then they want you to find the height, which is this one. Okay. Can I ask you, are you trying to tell me this is 90 degree?
No.
Okay, then if it's not
90 degree.
actually you can do that. Let's say okay. Let's say if it's not 90 degree, then you don't draw until it looks like 90 degree to yourself to confuse yourself. So you want it to be 90 or you don't want it to be 90?
Don't want it to be 90.
Okay, good.
So
Then
like it can be a triangle.
okay, good. Then you better don't confuse yourself. Okay, so just make it right so distinct, not 90 degree.
Okay.
So your job is to find out the height, which is this one, right?
Yeah.
This is the height, right?
Yeah.
Which is h, right? You call it h. Okay. So how do you find the area of this whole thing? Is we talk about it, right?
Yeah, can split into two.
Split into two, right? So you just need to find the area of triangle 1. Then you find the area of triangle 2. Then it's equal to 255. So how do you find the area of triangle 1?
Must find height first if you want to find the triangle.
Area, never mind. No, the question wants you to find the height.
Yeah.
So no need to find height. So just give me the formula. Area of 1.
Half times height times 10.
Base times height, okay? So I just key in half times 10 times height. So it's 5h, right?
Yeah.
So area of 2?
Half times base times height.
Good. Write down half times base
24
times height. Good. Half times 24 times h. So this is 12h, right? And then they say add up to 12h. They say add up to
17H. 17H.
so 70h is equal to what they give you.
255.
Yes. So that's how you get h.
So H is the height.
Yeah. So that's how you get h. So 255 divided by 17.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, then this is algebra.
So what? So what? I mean, you need to use all possible tools.
I didn't know algebra applied to this question.
Okay, wait. We don't care whether this is algebra or not, alright? But the way to do the area of trapezium is area of 1 plus area of 2, right? I'm using that, right? I'm using that, right? So you don't, okay, that means you don't narrow your options. Like, oh, I don't know whether this is algebra or not. You don't narrow your options. You just try to follow what we have been learning. Okay, how to find the trapezium area is area of 1 plus area of 2. So my first step is I find the area of 1 first. I don't have the h, it's okay. I don't have h, it's okay. Just do with h first. Area of 2, I don't have h, never mind, just do with h. Okay, then after that, oh, 70h is 255, so h is okay. Similarly, next time they can give you other shape. They can give you other shape, probably they give you this shape. Okay, so like I said just now, right? Pentagon, regular one, you are going to have 5 of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say if they ask you find the height. So maybe they want you to find the height next time. So the height is, let me use a different color. The height is here, right? This is the height, right? For this, let's say they ask you to find this. But I want you to know one thing. The height of this pentagon, that means this black one, is actually the sum of the height of the triangle, which is, so this is triangle 1. So is this H? This is the H, plus the length of this. Okay? And by the way, this is not the height of the triangle. This is not the height of the triangle.
Yeah,
This is the height of the
that
triangle.
one.
The height of the triangle is this one. Okay? So just now the question gives you, let's say they give you the area of this triangle 1 is 20. And they give you the base. Maybe it's 2. So you can find H already, right?
Yeah.
Because you half times base times height is 20. So in a way H is equal to, so H is equal to 20. So you can find the 20 here. So this is 20. And you have this part already. So don't tell me this is 20. This is not 20. This part is not 20. This part is not 20. Because this is not the height of the triangle. This is the side of the triangle. Can you see this is the side of the triangle?
Yeah.
Okay? So you don't say, oh, this is 20, that one is also 20. Wrong. Okay? So this is 20, right? How do you find the side of the triangle? Which is here, right? So now, so let me just get the 4 out. We need to find this one actually. I hope you know that this and this is the same. So it's a what?
Yeah, I know.
So it's an
all the
isosceles.
sides are the same.
Wait. What mean all sides
So
are
all
the
of
same?
the sides for the triangle is the same.
Correct. But
except for the base.
yep, the base they are the same throughout.
Yeah.
And then this is an isosceles triangle. That's why that's how I highlight it. It's an isosceles.
Yeah.
So the height is here, which is 20, given by just now. This is 20, right?
Yeah.
Then let's say if they give you the base is 10. How do you find this? Then you need to use this method. If this base is 10, half of it is 5, right?
Yeah. And
Then you can have a right angle triangle with 5 here, 20 here. This is what you need to find.
but I don't
And then-
see how that splitting it helps with finding
Okay,
that one
very
side.
good. So you need to use the Pythagoras theorem. This is A, this is B, this is C. So A squared plus B squared equal to C squared.
I haven't learned this yet.
No, so you are going to learn now. You are going to learn now. So your 5 is your A, 20 is your B. So for this is, so 5 squared plus 20 squared equals to C squared. So this is called Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem only work for right angle triangle.
425.
425, right?
Yeah.
You square root. Yeah, I think you are not going to get a nice number.
Yeah,
So it's just
so-
3 significant figure. Yeah. Okay?
Three significant figure.
Yep.
20.6.
Yep. Okay? So you use Pythagoras theorem. So you 20.6 plus 20, so that is that black line, which is 40.6 in this case. Okay? So this is another question that you might be tested next time. Okay, meter square to this. Conversion wrong. Meter to cm is times 100, right?
Yeah.
But now it's meter square to cm square. Can you see they square? You square this, you also square this. Let me write it smaller. This one you square it, right? This one you also square it, right? So your 100 factor also must square. So therefore it's times 100, 100.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh wait, so from like meter to cm then is times
100.
100, but from cm to meter is divide.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
But anyway, we are talking about square here. You are wrong because you times 100. Well, you are supposed to times 100 square.
Oh,
Can you not see? Here is times 100, right? Right?
yeah.
Meter to cm is times 100, right? How do you go from meter to meter square? You square it, right?
Yeah. So from.
So this one also must square.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to tell you is this. Let's say meter square to... Okay, let's not talk about square first. Let's talk about the without the square one first. Kilometer per meter. What's the conversion? Times 1000. Good. So now I want to convert kilometer square to meter square. So the question you ask us, why? Because
both is squared. So
yes,
the squared.
you square this one and then you square this one, so your this also must square.
So it's the power of
So
another number.
So just 60. So let's say I give you 2, then you 2 times this one. If I give you 2.2, you 2.2 times this one to get the meter square.
What if it's the power of like another number? Like 7.
You mean 7 kilometer square?
Yeah.
Then you 7 times this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if this is 2 by 1, then you 2 by 1 times this one to get meter square. So similarly, how do you get meter to kilometer first? Divide by 1000.
Oh, 1000. Yeah.
Right? So let's say meter square to kilometer square. How?
Divide by 1000 squared.
Correct. So you divide by a million. So if I give you 2, you 2 divide by a million. If I give you 2 by 2, you divide by
2.2 divided by a million.
Correct. Understand?
Yeah.
Why you divide by 1 million? Because
it's
you square
1000 squared.
Correct.
Because m squared and k
Correct.
squared, so the 1000 must
Correct. So what about cube now?
Cube.
You don't do this one first. You do meter to cm first. So what is the meter per cm?
Divide by 100.
No, meter per cm.
Times 100.
Times 100. So now you cube it.
Times 100 cube.
Correct. So therefore, if I give you 2.2, what you do?
2.2 times 100
Cube. Correct. So you use your calculator to get 100 cube first. So it's 60 lah. Huh? Okay, that's how you do conversion. She pays a total of this. Find the mark price of the set. So okay, for this kind of question, right, I think the best way to do is this. So they say 25.6 is after 25% discount, but with 10% and 7%. Okay?
Yeah.
So do you know how to calculate a bill or not? How you calculate a bill is you have the original price, you give the discount first.
Yeah.
So therefore you only pay 75% X only. And then this 75% X, then you apply the 10% to it. So it's 75% X. After 10% is 110%, right?
Yeah.
Then this whole thing is after another 7% is 107%.
107%.
So it's equal to this 25.6. So you just use your calculator, then you get your X. That's the way to do it. So 你这个就错了。喂，你错了。So the best way to do this question is just use this kind of method. So meaning what? Let the original price be X. So original price is X, 25% is 75%, right? So you get 70. You only pay 75% of it. But this 75%, you need to pay 10% service charge. So 10% service charge, it means 1.1. You know or not? You know 10% service charge is 1.1?
Yeah, 110%.
Correct, it's 1.1. Then 7% of this is you times another 1.07. So this one you times 1.1, therefore 27.5% x times 1.1 times 1.07 equals to your this 2560. You should do it this way lah. Okay, you should do it this way. Okay, so therefore if I give you another question, let's say okay, recently Adidas they give 40% and then they give an additional 40%. That means this is the initial this is the regular 40%. So they give the regular 40%. Okay, so they give you additional 40%. Okay, let's say I buy. Okay, so of course, for buying shoes, no service charge, but got a 7% GST, right? So let's say I buy one shoe, I pay 101. Given this, so how you do the question is this: you let the original price OG lah, OG price, the original price be X. Okay, so you get a regular 40%, right? So a regular 40% means you only pay 60% of X first, right? Then now they give you an additional 40%. So additional 40% means you only pay 0.6, right? Yeah. So therefore your 60% X you times 0.6. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
And then you need to pay 7% of it. GST.
Times 0.
So 1.07.
1.07.
So that's how you get your 101. And then that's how you get your X. You solve for X. You understand or not?
Yeah.
So to do this kind of GST service charge, it's good to start with the original price, which is X in this case. Okay? Then for the X, so if you do the Adidas one, so you get the regular 40%. So regular 40% means times 0.6, so you get 0.6 X. And then you get the additional 40%. Therefore you times 0.6. So this one you times 0.6. You get 0.36 X. But this one you need to pay the 7% GST. So 7% GST is plus, right?
Yeah.
So therefore this one is basically you just convert the discount into a number that you times or divide. Or yeah. So 7% is 1.07. So it's just 0.36x times 1.07. That's why for your this question, restaurant give 25% discount. Right? So therefore, you start with X, 25% discount means times what?
Times X.
错. Your 25% discount you convert to a number is times what?
0.25.
No, I don't want to find the discount. 25% discount means you only pay 0.75.
Oh.
So therefore, you have X times 0.75 at the start. And then now they say this one you need to pay 10% service charge.
Times 1.1.
Correct. So this one is equivalent to times 1.1. So therefore your 0.75x need to times 1.1. This is after the service charge. But after service charge, you still need to GST. So it's times 1.07. So therefore you have 0.75x times 1.1 times 1.07. That will give you your final 25.60. Understand?
Yeah.
So similarly, if you go for the Adidas, regular 40% means you only pay 0.6. That's why I get 0.6x. Additional 40% means times 0.6. So I need to times 0.6 further. And then 7% is 1.07. So you times 1.07. Can you see? Can you see the flow? Yeah. That's how you do this kind of question. Then you won't be wrong. So you cross multiply. Bring the y over. This one is a bit funny. You have 44y over 6x, right? They want x over y. How do you do this question? You use the reverse of cross multiplication. So you need to use 6 times x, right? So you put the 6 below lah. Then the y is 44. Because this is the reverse of cross multiplication.
Oh, wait, I know.
Reverse
I know.
of cross multiplication.
Because like the 6.
Because the 6 you need to times the x one. So that's why I'm.
44 need to time the.
Why? That's why my 44 need to be on top. That's the reason why I say reverse of cross multiplication. This is the idea of reverse of cross multiplication. So therefore, once you get x over y equals to 40 over 6, then you just simplify with 22 over 3. They want to find the value. Oh, then you need to simplify this to 7, 1 over 3. Okay? So let's say if I give you, let's say I give you 2y equals to 5x. If I force you to be y over x, what's the answer?
5 over 2.
5 over 2. You can check. 5x.
Cross multiplication.
Correct. So it's 5 over 2. So 2.5. Simplest one. Right? So please remember reverse of cross multiplication. Put in a bracket. Good. Oh, 你错了这个. The first 2 steps is correct, but the rest is wrong.
Which one?
7.
No, which one is 7?
Okay, so this one is 7. So you just go in first, which is 3q plus 3p.
Put the bracket.
Yep. You put the bracket, you remember the bracket. So after that, you make it the same denominator. By the way, this is an expression, you cannot delete the denominator. So 我看到 2p minus 2q, 12, 12. And this is 9q minus 9p over 12. Then this plus 1, you can actually do it 12 plus 12 over 12. Which you did not do. I don't know why. I don't know you are waiting for what. Do you know 1 is 12 over 12?
Yeah.
So what if I give you 2?
24 over 12.
Correct. What if I give you 1.5? Then you just ask yourself, what is on top divided by 12 give you 1.5? 18. Yeah, correct. So over here is 1. So I don't want to complicate stuff. So it's 12 over 12. So all you need to do is so you have 2p minus 2q minus this is plus because it's bracket. So 9q then minus 9p plus 12. So you have minus 7p minus 11q. Yep, you made a mistake. P minus 9p. So for this question, right, before you continue, right, you need to underline similar terms so that you read correctly. So this is correct, but here is wrong. Yeah, minus 2 minus 9, so it's minus 11. Right? Then after that, of course, like I say, this must get it into 12 on 12. Then you can plus 12. So you have plus 12 here. So that's the answer. Okay? Then for this one, let me see. For this one, you can do it, you don't do it this way because actually the whole thing is about combine similar term first. Combine similar term first. You know what's combine similar term?
It means put
This,
similar term
correct.
together.
So this one and this one, they are similar actually. So you bring it over first. Okay? So once you bring it over, you will get this is 8 over 4. So it's minus 5 over 4. Then you do the cross multiply. Okay?
Yeah.
Yep. Then you don't have to do it this way already. Okay? But anyway, you do it this way also can, but not preferred. Factorize. They are the same thing. 你这个 5y and 10x, I think you can still take out the 5. We talked about this question before. You always check whether you can simplify further or not. Alright?
Yeah.
Can't you see you have a y? I mean, can't you see you have a common 5? Then you need
Y
to
minus.
then you need to continue. Take out the 5. Y minus 2x. And then you want to rearrange it because 5 is in the middle, which is not very nice. Then you just put it in front. Number, you put it in front. So this is the final answer. We talked about this last time. You can't just see this, oh, I'm done. You still want to see whether you have common factor inside, then you can continue. You stop at here, by the way. You stop at here.
Oh.
Then you stop at here.
Okay.
Wow, you still have a 5 to take out.
Oh.
Understand?
Yeah.
So not the final. The radius of the circle is 这个 divided by 这个再 divided by 2. Then the area of the circle, now you see? You use the round off radius to find the area. So do you think your area is correct?
No,
Why not?
because it's not accurate.
Yeah, then which one you should use then?
This one.
Yeah, 18.9395. Yes.
But that one is also not accurate. Because of the
The
top
more
already.
then you should get the okay, so you have 2 pi r is 119, right? So what you should do is r equals to 119 over 2 pi. So you just, in order to preserve the accuracy, right? 119 divided by 2. Can you give me the answer?
59.5.
Okay, 59.5 over pi. So you just use this. Then you use the pi r square. So it's pi times 59.5 over pi square. Okay?
Yeah.
Then you just key this into a calculator and let the calculator give you the calculator answer. Then you go and round off 3 significant figures. Make sense?
Yeah.
By the way, why I use this? Do you know why I do it this way or not? Because this is the most accurate one. Oh, no answer can be more accurate than this because I have not rounded off. Can you see I have not rounded off until this step? Does it make sense? Okay. So preserve accuracy. Oh, time's up. Way up. But anyway, never mind. So yeah, we have talked about all the important questions. So I'm going to, based on this one plus this one, I'm going to okay, you put this one over here. I'm going to create another one myself and I'm going to test it.
Okay.
Alright?